All right, so I have another product for the van. Actually, it's two products technically, but I got this one called OBDLink MX Plus. This is a data reading device that goes in your vehicle's computer. It doesn't have to be in a van, it can be any vehicle that has an OBD link, and I'll show you where that is later. But this monitors the data that is generated by your van. You could also use this to look at codes. If you have a check engine light on, you could use this to find out what's going on. And then I also got an Amazon tablet. This is a Fire 7. It had good reviews from other people's videos about how fast it refreshes the app while you're using it. This one had like the fastest refresh rate, so I'm gonna give it a try. But I needed something dedicated to watch this. That way I'm not using my phone, which is also the van's radio, which is also connected to like it just gets too involved with Bluetooth connections in the van. So I just wanted this dedicated to only this. So let's get it installed. With the van running, according to the instructions, you plug it into this little port that's above your brake. It's on the bottom of your dash. Other vehicles might have it somewhere else, but this is where it is in a Ford Transit. Plug it in, you see it powers on. It says that it can be left in your vehicle. When you turn it off, it'll go to sleep after a couple minutes. It won't drain your battery, but I'll just use this on big trips. I'm not going to leave it in here all the time. Follow the instructions. It says hit the Bluetooth connection button and then connect on your tablet. So we'll go with that. So today I'm going to drive the van to go skiing, but it is frozen. Like this is ice. This is hard to scrape off. So I might be melting it for a while, which gives me plenty of time to set this up. The instructions, it pretty much just goes on its own. You just have the vehicle run and plug it in, hit the button, connect on your device, and then it just goes with it. And it's super easy to connect and start getting all your data that you want. So it recognized right off the bat, this is a Ford, it's a 2022. And I just had to confirm that, and then I just go with it. It starts downloading stuff. Now I want to scan this for tire pressures, and I have a question for everybody. What tire pressures do you set your van to? Do you go with the factory, like 56 in the front, 75 in the rear? And then let them get warm? Because this will come up later in the video. Or do you go lower than that because you know they're going to get hot and their tire pressures are going to get pretty high? I'm just curious, which this is going to kind of help me watch. So you can see I'm just going through the steps here, and it's already recognized as a 2022 Ford Transit. It has all these areas where data is grabbed from. Body control module is one of the big ones that I think is most of the data that we want. I mainly want this for tire pressures the most. I'm a terrible passenger on a large road trip. I'm always asking, what are the tire pressures? What's going on? I'm always curious, like watching this stuff, because I don't really want to have a tire blowout, you know? So I want like advance notice, like if it's gonna happen. So it's connected now. It's doing its thing. It's reading things. This is just generic screens that it has. You can see a lot of these are zeros, so it doesn't really monitor these. The fuel economy, obviously, we're not moving, so it can't do fuel economy. This is fully customizable, and I'll kind of show you how I customize it a little bit. Another good thing about this can also clear code. So let's say you were driving, you have a check engine light, and it says something's wrong with your airflow sensor. You know, you could get under the hood, oh, it came unplugged, plug it back in, clear the code, and you should be fine. So that way you're not like ruining a whole trip over some silly alarm or silly warning light. It also could help if you needed help out in the middle of nowhere. If you call and say, hey, I scanned my vehicle, I need this piece, it kind of could save the mechanic time of having to do that if they have to come out to see you. So I'm looking for the right rear tire pressure. Figured out it's not the inner, it's the outer tire pressure that is the one that wants to read. Once you select it with the blue check mark and just hit done, I'm going to adjust the scale that it's reading so it looks a little more noticeable. I've already done the other tires. It's in inches of mercury, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, you know, to how we normally do things with PSI, but I'll be able to adjust that later. So this is just an example of like what you could do. I'm just playing with the screen at this point. This is not how I really want to set it up or anything. The setup of this is pretty intuitive. You just kind of hold it, and then it gives you options of what you want to do. I will say it is very tedious. It's a very like slow process. It's a little bit of trial and error. It's not that it's hard to do. It's just that maybe it feels a little dated in how it works, but it makes it easier. So that's a good thing. You can see you can pick all kinds of gauges. You can do even push buttons that do something. You can pick their colors. Like there's a lot of customizable features about this. So I needed to get something to hold it. I found this on Amazon too. It holds a tablet. It holds a range of tablet sizes. It goes in a cup holder, so that way I can avoid adhesive or putting a suction cup on the windshield and having to take that down every time I want to put the sunscreen up. Just kind of squishes in there, and then you twist the dial and it gets it like squeezes it real tight in there. But this works out pretty nice, doesn't rattle too hard. These cup holders are a little useless for most things anyway. We already have the door cup holders for real cups. And then here's the gauges I picked. This is just an initial setup, but it has my tire pressures, and that's why I was asking, because you can see how high those get. The wind's blowing from the left to the right, so you can see the right rear tire pressure is getting higher than the left. But that's why I was curious, like, what do you guys set them to? Overall, I really like this product. I recommend it. And that's it for this video. So like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.